Have you ever wanted a camera for your wrist? Leave the phone at home, go roam, and still be able to take pictures, video, even video chat? This is Wristcam, the only camera that's available for Apple Watch. In this episode of Tech First, we're going to see what it can do. We're also going to chat with the founders, Ari Roisman, who's a CEO, and Matt Frischer, who's a CMO. Welcome to Tech First. Ari, welcome to the show.
Good to be here, John. Thanks for having us.
So I heard about Wristcam. Sheesh, it's been a while, but now you actually have functional, operational prototypes. You want to show me one? Tell us a little bit first about Wristcam and maybe show us a little bit in the camera.
Sure. Wristcam is the camera for your Apple Watch. So if you've ever wanted to go without your camera or ever been looking for a camera that's quicker on the draw, now you can have a Wristcam. And what Wristcam really does is it morphs your Apple Watch into a dual HD camera. You got a self-facing camera for quick candid selfies and for live video chat. And then you've got a world-facing camera that captures 4K photo, 1080p video, and it's pretty cool.
It is cool. I mean, when I first wrote about it way back when, one of the things I said is that often I want to just go. I'm taking a hike, I'm taking a walk. I don't want to carry my phone around me, have it bounce around in my pocket or other things like that. And that's one of the reasons why I got the cellular capable Apple Watch. But you always have that time where a deer comes, or you just see a cool something and you want to capture it, and so then you end up taking your phone along. Can this really replace having your phone along for some of those occasions?
It does. It does for thousands of users already. So you mentioned prototype. So Wristcam is a real thing. It's a long time coming. Science fiction has been awaiting this, seems like for better part of the last century. But that, Dick Tracy live video Wristcam experience has finally arrived. And like for myself, I'm pretty casual, and I'm not so discriminating when it comes to the quality of the photo. I'm more interested in just being able to capture and then stay present and really enjoy the moment. I hate getting caught, behind a screen or being that guy at a special event that's caught behind the phone. I just want to be there and enjoy the moment, but still be able to capture it and then relive it later. We're not trying to compete with top shelf iPhone camera quality. I mean, the iPhone has really become a DSLR equivalent, but we have been able to pack a lot of camera quality and capability into a really small form factor that I think is quite practical and our users are pleased with. And it captures HD video out of both cameras, and I'm able to just capture things I would otherwise miss. So the hands-free control is really cool. We support Siri commands, so you can start and stop a video with Siri. You can summon the app with Siri just with your voice. And then the coolest bit that we're most excited about is the ability to actually have live video communication. So I can tap and talk, live video message, send and receive video. So those are the types of use cases, and then there's all sorts of stuff just on the go. When I'm scooting around the neighborhood on my board, it's fun to capture videos of the kids. If I go on a hike on the weekends, it's great. If I'm just sitting around the house on the weekend, the kids are doing cute stuff. I actually missed my son's first steps because we were at the park and I couldn't get to the phone quite in time. And so, if I had my Wristcam, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Maybe that's very cool. Hey Siri, take a picture. That sounds pretty cool. Can you give us a look? Let's take a look at it.
Sure. All right. So let's see if we can flip the camera here.
Captured on Wristcam? Probably not.
Shot with Wristcam. Shot with
Wristcam.
All right. So I've got here, if you can see that, this is an old iPhone. It's my iPhone 7. And then this is set up with, we actually have two apps. We have a Wristcam app that's more or less it's got all these exciting photos from demos. It's got some content here, and then my gallery and then basic settings for the device.
Yes.
And then and then we've also got a messenger. So the Wristcam actually supports live video chat, not just watch to watch, but also watch to phone. So I can do stuff like, hey Siri, open Wristcam. And then once I'm dropped into the app, I can go ahead and the viewfinder comes up. I've got, photo capture. I can capture a selfie here. I can swipe over and capture. I can adjust my aspect ratio if I want, depending upon where I'm going to put that piece of content. I can double tap to flip the camera, and then I'm seeing out of this outward facing camera. And then the fun part here is I've also got the ability to send live video. So I'm actually sending a live video as soon as this counts down. And then if you can see around the perimeter of the watch, there's a little, see that little progression?
Outline, yes.
Yeah, so I'm actually sending a live video from my Apple Watch, and I'm already watching it over here on this lock screen on a phone.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and now if I want to respond to that, so you see, we have this countdown timer set to about 20 seconds. And as soon as it's done, the video just stops. But as you can see, it's sending it live while I'm still recording.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I want to reply, then I can just go here into the app and start sending a video here. And then within a moment, that live video is playing right here. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Very cool. Just a short delay there for transmission. That is the real Dick Tracy moment there.
Yeah,
it is the real Dick Tracy moment.
It's who says childhood dreams don't come true?
Very, very, very cool. So tell me a little bit about the feel of using it. My Apple Watch is pretty inobtrusive. I do what I do. I do my workouts, everything. How do you find when adding the Wristcam to it? How much weight, how much bulk is it?
Yes.
Our users have shared that once you put it on, it's barely noticeable.
Yeah.
The core itself, and Ari's going to take it up and show the core. It's less than 22 grams, so it's super lightweight. So when you actually attach it to the Apple Watch off wrist, it doesn't look like any other band in the market. But there's a ton of amazingness packed under the hood of this device. Self-contained battery, outward-facing sensor, self-facing sensor, 2 mics, LEDs that actually will light up as you're capturing, because we are very mindful as people are out in the world with body-worn cameras that we don't introduce any uncomfort for other folks. So there's a bright LED that will come up and pulse as you take a photo, or it remains idle, and actually not idle, but active as you're recording. But our users are using it for board sports, water sports, heavy activities. It's sweat resistant and it's water resistant as well. So it becomes, for a lot of folks, that daily driver throughout any activity.
Nice. I love that. If you're going surfing or something like that, you've got the camera on board with you. That's so useful, because you're not going to take your phone. You can take the action camera, I guess, if you want, but mounting it somewhere is always a bit of a challenge. Are you wearing a helmet? Can you attach it to the front somewhere? That is pretty cool. And can you record with both cameras simultaneously?
Not something we're doing. We actually will allow for cameras to be flipped while recording, but to turn on almost like a front-back experience.
Yeah.
We've taken that feedback from users, because it's not the first time it's come up, and it's something that we're thinking about. We're squarely focused on making it super accessible for our users to capture things as they see it. Number one.
Nice.
Capture it. And then it's down, that high quality asset's downloaded when they get home and they're charging their device. So they don't have to worry about it. They want to share it immediately, or get instantaneous access to a live messenger to communicate. That's our core focus right now as we're looking at the market.
I love it. I love it. It's very, very cool. I can't wait to try it out. And to swap between cameras, that was the quick double tap gesture, correct?
Yeah. So you just double tap on the screen. I could show you again, or there's actually a physical button too. So if you don't even have to launch the app, you can just You can just tap here. One tap is a capture, and then double tap flips the camera. And then I can long press, and then that's actually what initiates the video. And then you see that bright LED is up. It takes a really deliberate action to actually capture, and then
Yes.
you've got this bright LED. So, this is really designed to be very transparent and fun, and a bit whimsical, but also it's hyper accessible. But
I really like the fact
also
that you have. I really like the fact that you have a physical button. I think that's super useful. I love electronics, and I love being able to speak things into being and to making them happen. But when you're busy and maybe it's noisy, you're on the motorbike or whatever you're doing, just to be able to press a hard button and actually be able to feel where that button is, super useful.
Yeah, that's why it's there.
Excellent. Very good. So you've had the device for a while. You've had it in the hands of literally thousands of people, you mentioned. What's the new news right now? What are you releasing right now?
Live video is finally here. So you can tap and talk and send live video from your Apple Watch. You can receive live video from your Apple Watch. You can have a live video exchange, totally hands-free, carrying nothing, communicating seamlessly with other Apple Watches and other iPhones.
Very cool. Very cool. Excellent. What's next? I mean, obviously you're releasing this right now. It's a cool product. Where do you think this will go? If you project out, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, what does Wristcam look like?
So we're really excited about Apple Watch and what the future of personal computing and the unbundling of the iPhone, if you will, looks like, and what it means to have computer vision that's persistent and lives in the world, as opposed to a camera that is really designed to live in my pocket, or not be persistent in the world. And so we're in the early stages of this. The App Store native to Apple Watch, like the App Store actually on the Apple Watch, is a new thing. There's still a limited number of pixels on the Apple Watch, although there are more pixels on the latest generation Apple Watch than there were on the original iPhone. I think it's only a matter of time until developers really embrace and appreciate how valuable this emerging wearable screen is, because it's the most accessible, and I think with time will emerge to be the highest touch point for consumers engaging with software.
Mm-hmm.
So AirPods and Apple Watch, as a wearables category, are really driving mobile growth for Apple, and that's been the case for the last half decade. And I think it's just the beginning. There's rumors around Apple glasses.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited about that as a platform that we'll be able to build for in the future. Having a heads-up display here makes this even more useful in some ways. That it decouples, how you can capture and the perspective that you can see, but you still have a self-facing camera, so you'll be able to communicate seamlessly.
Yes.
As voice becomes more and more prevalent, there's rumors around Siri getting a major update, possibly at this year's developer conference. I think we'll see more voice commands accessible, and more that Siri can do. So to me, it's just, when I think down the line, what's the ultimate embodiment of the personal camera, which has become so critical to how we interact with each other, and more so even the world around us. If I'm buying a new piece of furniture, I can actually, through augmented reality, see how it's going to look in the room. Or if I want to buy something, I can just snap it. And then, so I just think that, that's what we're really trying to do here. This is, obviously we're excited about Wristcam as the first and only Apple approved smartband for watch, and being able to, give consumers that experience. But we're just as, if not even more excited about being able to work with other developers that want to take their camera powered dreams, or the experiences they already have on the phone, bring that to watch, bring that into a new, more personal, lighter weight experience. So, so we've deliberately architected all of the beefy tech stack that took many years to create it's architected as a SDK, and so we have very simple API calls that we're planning to surface to developers later this year. This is not just about us. We recognize there's a bit of responsibility even for the developer community, for the Apple developer community, and for Apple Watch, the future of Apple Watch apps, and those especially that are camera powered, being in this position to have the one and only camera for the watch. And so we're really excited to be able to push the boundaries of these sort of next gen mobile experiences that are camera powered. So that gives you a little bit of a taste.
That is a great sneak peek because there's a massive future out there. There are so many camera, photography, videography apps, and all of them probably want to work most of the time whenever available. And that's a big opportunity. It's also really interesting because we are just early on in the cusp, really still, in spite of Apple Watch being out for some time and other products being out for some time, of wearable computing. And what that grows into and the capabilities that adds over the years will be super interesting, including in, as you mentioned, augmented reality. Ari, Matt, I want to thank you for taking a little bit of time. It's been fun. It's been fascinating. I look forward to seeing a unit in person and playing with it and checking it out.
Thank you, John.